Reverend Rob Lee. Bold, smart, and straight to the point. This is Tarot with an Attitude.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Tarot with an Attitude. I am your host, the Reverend Rob Lee. Wow, bangarang. Lot going on. Glad to see everybody coming in. People lining up, questions coming in. I see Cynthia's got a two-parter. We'll get to this, and we'll see what's going on. First, here we go. Our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, the Divine Mother, that feminine side of the masculine that wants us to love, wants to love us. Please put your light down on us today. Have your angels protect us. Make sure that your words come through and not mine. In all this, we ask it, so mote it be. Okay, so I see Yachty's in tonight. Glad to see you. Donna, you know, so many people. Wendy, welcome. And let's see what's going on. And man, a lot of people coming through. So let's see what we've got here. And Wendy, we'll get to you. Make sure you got your question posted. And my wife will get it posted up there. Okay, so here we go. Right now, let's take a look at what Cynthia's got. Cynthia, hi, everyone. I'm getting question out early because it is long. Sorry, I had a vision of a military gentleman yesterday. After an observation search, I found a picture. Michaeline worked her computer magic and found Admiral David Glasgow Farragut, 1801 to 1870. I would be very appreciative if Spirit can tell me what I need. We will ask. Here's what I need. It's going to help me zero in for more. Did you just see a picture? Was he doing something? Give me some context around how and when you saw this. What was going on? Were you asking? Did it just appear? Give me a little bit and I'll get on that. So while you're typing or whatnot, Donna's got a question. I'm going to take care of Donna, but I'm going to come right back to Cynthia on this because that's very, very important. And it's a great question. But as Cynthia, these psychic things come up, you got to start making these notes about what text, what was happening, things like this. That's a great observation. Okay. So, and I'm glad that it was clear enough that you could actually put a face to it and be able to search it. So clearly something's coming through from this guy. Now, I also know, I don't know how much you want me to share or whatnot, you're ex-military, and maybe you need a military type of get in line, get in order, get everything together, somebody that's going to give you those directions to follow as a spirit guide, okay? Could they have come to you? Is there a distant relation? That's all possible, but to really be able to get into this more, I'd like to know more about the way in which you saw him and experienced him. You know, Donna, Rev Rob, can Spirit advise me on what I might be avoiding? Absolutely. That may be holding me back from moving forward. Thank you. It's much appreciated. Sure. And that's what I said. Tonight, we're going to work on shadow work. And it's going to be about what we're avoiding, what we need to do, what's happening in our lives to make this happen. I've got my ethereal deck out here. And let me see. I'll put it over here so people can see it. I think I actually got this one. It struck me off of Facebook, if I remember. Let me see what's going on here. So there's the ethereal shadow tarot, and let me see. It's follow us at ethereal_tarot. That would be what's going on there. So let's find out. So Donna, let's do this. And Cynthia, I still have you queued up at the top. So if you want to give me some more background, if you can, if you can't, then we'll just go with it. Okay. So I'm actually doing this. I haven't used this deck a lot. So bear with me on the shuffling here. Okay. It's still real stiff, and it's a rather long deck. You like the artwork though, but it is dark. It is a shadow self. So what I'm looking here is Donna wants to know what she needs to look at within herself. Spirit, come to us, talk to us, let us feel your presence, and know what Donna needs to work on within herself that she feels might be holding her back. Let's find out. That's a very good question. And you know what? A lot of times we do need to start by looking within ourselves. So here we go. We're going to take our first card right out of the gate. And I got the Queen of Cups. Okay. That's very interesting. Okay. You are spending a lot of time worrying about people, other people, things like that. But this Queen of Cups is talking about, I'm going to ask you this, and you don't have to put an answer out, but it's what came to me here. Have you let the love die within yourself? Okay. Have you let somebody else, have you given your happiness, your joy, your love to a situation because it's safe? That would be my biggest question here, because the Queen of Cups, normally it's happy, it's joy, it's rainbows. But if you know, this is a very dark Queen of Cups. And she is there saying, when we look on the inside, we've got to get in to whatever grief you might be carrying, whatever these things are that are moving around. This is where you need to focus deep within inside yourself and the love for yourself and inside. Wow, Cups. This to me is all revolving around your emotional state. Okay. There's something deep down inside of you, and this is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups normally comes in like a crusader, the knight in shining armor. But if you notice, this is kind of a dragon-esque looking Knight of Cups here. Okay. Are you doing things because you feel like you have to, or because the love is there? Love is pure. Are we doing things because somebody said, hey, I do this? We need to uphold that feeling, and therefore you are you're doing it, but not with the full intention of love. You love them. That's why you're doing it when you feel the way you do. Does that make sense? All right. We're going to look at this another card, and I'd love to go over. I want to take some time with you on this. So give me a call. Let's figure this out. All right. Finally, here we go. Page of Cups. These three cards are in order. Okay. From top to bottom. You've lost the passion. You've lost the fun. You've lost the drive. You've lost something to you. It's kind of like you've surrendered your soul to be old. You know what? There's a lot of that going around. I have felt that lately. This very well could be a message for both of us. Guess what? We have to find that passion again in life. We have to find that passion again in the world going on around us. And that's where you need to look in straight up answer to your question about what's going on within you and with all of that. That's what Spirit is saying. This is in that joy. This is in that love. This is in that caring stage of life. And we've got to find that passion again. All right. Let me know. I'd love to talk to you more about it. Okay. So reach out. Let's figure something out. All right. Now, did we get anything else from Cynthia? I'm looking down here. Let's see what's happening. I don't have any much more for Cynthia. So Cynthia, I'm going to go ahead and do a reading on this, the way it sits. All right. And I'd love to talk to you some more about it. So give me a call. Let's talk about it a little bit. We'll figure this one out. Okay. I'm glad visions are coming through for you. Okay. That you're starting to see some things and some things being disconnected. That's very good. You've worked very hard, and it needs to have work. Now we've got to focus on what does it mean, where does it go, and how it does this. So I want you to pay very close attention when you're seeing these things, all right, to being able to put a reference to it. What's going on? What were you thinking about? Why did this guy appear? So right now we're going to ask Spirit in that, okay, why did this guy appear? Why did Admiral Farragut, when you mentioned him, and I was telling my wife when we were talking, I knew the name Admiral Farragut. He's been there. I'm not a historian by any stretch, okay, but he's got quite a history, I understand. So it's enough for me to know the name, okay, and then I believe also if Mr. Bruce, if you're listening, he may not be listening. You would pop your head in and Gillian keep an eye out for him. I believe they even named one in Star Trek. There was one of the ships or something that was named the Farragut, okay? And it was named after him, I do believe. So I would like to find out what that was and what that has anything to do, and maybe even look into that, because the Farragut, I can't remember that episode. That's a Mr. Bruce thing and how the Farragut was used. And you might do a research on the Farragut in Star Trek, okay, to find out what that was, okay? Because it could be his face. You found it. Now, how did the Farragut come about in Star Trek, and see where that was a journey of, okay? So just letting things flow through me here like we do, okay? So here we go. Let's do this. We're going to do another shuffle here real quick. And Spirit, Cynthia wants to know, we're going to pull a couple of cards here of what direction, why Farragut came to her. What was this reference to? So I would love to see this and love to hear it. Now I'm going to be curious when this is over. I'm going to find out about the Farragut. Okay, here we go. So, Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles, and if you start putting this together with an admiral, running a team, running a thing, the Three of Pentacles is here talking about working inside of you, about taking control and setting some boundaries. And you might have to be laying down the law of people around you in your life. I don't know what's going on. You and I haven't talked in a while, but this is somewhere here where it's an admiral, take charge. But at the same point, admirals and people in charge, I need you to know where this is coming from and what fits right with you, because I'm also getting this hitting me very hard. We can't be in command or in control like that all the time. Sometimes we have to let the people that we delegate to, or our team here, okay, we have to let them take the lead, and we have to be there to support them, even when they're doing some things we don't agree with, if that kind of makes sense, all right? And know when to say no and know when to let it go, okay? The next card here, yeah, Seven of Wands. Looking inside. This is talking about being on the defensive. I would ask you to take a look lately. Have you been on the defensive with other people in your life, particularly those close to you, where you feel like you're having to be very guarded? Is that what's going on or whatnot? There's nothing wrong with being defensive and knowing where you're coming from, okay? And understanding it. But that being on defensive, it's like, looks like almost like a big bonfire going on here. And the Seven of Wands is always, sevens are always about decision, okay? Making choices, stopping and looking. So if you notice, our figure here is standing in front of the bonfire, very menacing, looking at us, but he's not coming towards us. He's not in motion. He has stopped, okay? Take a look at what's going on and how much defense you need to have around you, what you need to be dealing with, or things like this. I'm really feeling like this might be something along that line, because now we have the Six of Wands. Once you figure all these little intricacies out, you can be victorious. You can find this, what you're looking for in your will, in the way you want to go, in that passion. This is about victory, coming through and letting fire, Six of Wands of all things, after the other one, you know, when we go, look there, with Seven of Wands, okay, we're actually understanding sometimes you got to take a step back, look at what's going on, and through that, this is where you'll find your breakthrough at. This is where people will come to you. This is where things happen and you will ignite. So you have to find first the victory and joy within yourself. This is a lot of shadow work here. All right. It's one of the big things that's going on here. But this, if we look at these cards, I'm going to lay them out kind of like this. We have the Three of Pentacles. So this is talking about people in our realm, people we're teamwork that we're working with, that things are happening. All right. And then we have to be careful about being on the defensive. All right. Watch what's going on. It could be a warning to you. Hey, you might need to be defensive. Somebody might be taking advantage of you or using you, and you might need to put your foot down, but you don't need to go on the offensive. Finally, once you realize everything and get a game plan, and he would have been a strategist, okay, this is how you're going to find out how to overcome this situation and step through, and everything's going to be fine, okay? So I see victory coming for you in all of this, all right? And so that's a good thing, all right? So Bangarang, I hope that helped. Let me know, because I'd love to talk to you more in detail about it, all right? And let's talk about that. I am going to do some more research about the Farragut and find out what's going on and why that was there. That name came to me, and only once I asked Spirit about it did that drop in. So you might want to take a look at where that name pops up and what it's used for, especially the meanings it might have. Yachty, hey, Rev Rob, how are you? I pray you are well. We're good. I'm getting over this cough, this hack. We're all getting better. We're getting moved in. Got on my Florida shirt, one of my flowered shirts tonight. Getting into this thing. It was 90-something degrees today. So that's what I'm doing. We'll see what's going on. But I have been very down, filled with a lot of disappointment. Can you please tell me what Spirit wanted me to know that I'm avoiding? Please and thank you. Okay. Well, the first question I would ask you, Yachty, is what do you think you're avoiding? Start taking a look. If you're down, we have to be very pointed when we talk to ourselves and ask ourselves questions. And one of those things is, why am I down? What am I going on? And when you start putting your finger to it, is it something that didn't come through for you? Is it something you had your hopes on? Once we start getting down, it becomes very easy to stay down. Depression becomes one of those things where sometimes it can't be cured with a pill. It's a state of mind, okay? But we have to do something to bring ourselves out of it. There are people that need medication because something's chemically off balance. But if you've just gotten this way and you've kind of been down, maybe there's something you need to stop, meditate, and look at and see if there's something you need to know and take an inward look. So let's do that right now. I'm going to shuffle these again. Again, bear with me, folks, because the shuffling's a little crazy with these cards tonight. All right. All right. Yanni wants to know, okay, what Spirit wants to know if she's avoiding something or what she needs to look at. So here we go. All right, Yachty. All right. We have the Page of Pentacles. I'm going to bring your comment down so we can see the whole card and see what it talks about. Remember, I said this is an actual, it's a dark deck. It's a shadow deck. All right. My question would be, Gillian, can you pull that down for me, please? My question to you would be, this is the Page. All right. Notice it's surrounded by coins. Have you become too focused on financial matters that are going to define your happiness and your joy? The Page of Pentacles is about what's going on in your real life, okay? Are you overlooking treasures and everything that you may have already, okay? Because you're in a constant thirst for more, all right? And you feel like you can't get there and get it. When you have a lot of blessings, joys, and things around you to be thankful for. That's going to be the first thing I would say, because this is about that being passionate about bringing things in. But you asked why you're down, and that was the question. So I have to stay with the question. So if you're down, you might have turned a little too materialistic and chasing material things more than spiritual. You know, you wouldn't be the first one, though, because looky here, the devil. Okay. The devil. What does the devil always talk about when we see this? Whenever we see them, we see people chained up, things like that. It's like they're chained to an external post. But when we're looking inside, that devil is there to say, what have we attached ourselves to deeper than just on the outside? Where do we go? There's something in your that maybe is not suiting your needs, but you've latched onto it and you're holding on to, I got to have this to get X or Y or to get better. And maybe we need to just let some things roll, go with the flow, let spirit take care of you a little bit. As you got jobs, things like this, as things move forward, then you start finding some things rather than forcing it. Okay. That's one of the big things I'm getting right there. Yeah. Look here. 9 of Wands, your fear of tomorrow. That is big. Why are you so afraid of what's going to happen tomorrow? Where you're going? What? We're so focused on the future. This is where that anxiety is coming from. All right. This is a very powerful message here, Yachty. And this is that 9 of Swords is about getting in your own head, about worrying so much about tomorrow. The 8 is about stress. Stress is what we did yesterday. What happened? What are the ramifications going to be? Things like that. The 9 is, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to be. I have this life picked out, but I don't want to keep going this way. And we're so worried about tomorrow, we forget to live for today. So in your question, it might not be so much what you're avoiding, okay, but where you're focused and how laser focused have you gotten, and so much so that you might be looking at things in the physical world a little too hard to be able to enjoy what you have around you. I don't know. I'd love to hear from you and talk about that more, okay? That's what we've got, all right? Wow. Bangering. Okay, here we go. Michael Lean. Hey, Rev, can I get a reading on my avoidance? You got it. I'm a terrible procrastinator. You know, I've been getting a lot of things talking about, you know, people, older people, we have been taught, well, procrastination is just laziness, right? No, it's a mindset. Okay. And procrastination, a lot of times, and some of the things I've been reading here lately in Psychology Today and different things like that, one of the things to remember is sometimes we don't succeed because it becomes easier to stay where we're at, and it's actually a fear thing. What if I put all my heart and soul into it? What if I'm putting a drive on? Okay. What if I invest money into this and then it doesn't happen? It becomes a fear. It's almost like that 9 of Swords, you know, the looking at tomorrow and being more worried about it. And it keeps us, we find reasons not to. And let me tell you something. Procrastination button, come sit next to me. Okay. But in this band, I probably got first chair. All right. So I want you to understand that you're not alone. It's very easy. My wife will be like, I will have ideas. I will have things come to me, and I just don't do the follow through. And we're talking about me. And she'll be like, you got to go do this. You got to go do this. But she won't push me because there are times I start getting a little push backy, you know? Well, you know, I'm just trying to get everything wrapped around in my head. Some of the times, Michaeline, and this is what's coming. I'm sorry. I know there's no cards here yet, but some of what happens is we start bringing in and we overanalyze things, which keeps us from moving forward. That whole, well, you know, I need to repaint the kitchen. Well, but when I repaint the kitchen, then I got to pull the wallpaper. And if I pull the wallpaper, I've either got to size the walls, you know, or do something here. Then it's going to make, you know, and then we're like, okay, we're going to do this. You know what? this is going to make the cabinets look really, really old. And you see what happens? And we start progressing. And while we had a great idea, if we'd have just got up and painted, then it might would have moved us into the next thing. Okay. But we overlook things. And I think you might be doing that with me. Okay. Of going too far, rather than just getting up and going, okay, I'm going to spend 5 days making videos. Okay. Whatever happens, happens. All right. But we don't. Okay. And we find reasons not to. So, Michaeline, Spirit wants to know, Spirit, it's avoidance. I want to bring that back up. Okay. Terrible procrastinator, but I seem to be extra bad right now for everything, and I don't understand why. Thank you. Well, and one of the things to remember, there is some wild energy out there right now. If you are an empath, and if you are doing, what are you watching? What are you looking at? Are you doom scrolling is what we call it now. Are we looking at things rather than just going, you know what? I'm going to go sit outside and enjoy the sun. I don't care if I-43 Atlas ABC is going to hit the world tomorrow. Okay. Sun's shining today. All right. We'll deal with tomorrow. All right. So this is going to be important. Let's take a look and find out what's going on. All right. Wendy, what happened to Wendy? I missed Wendy somehow. There was a Wendy and I don't know what happened. It went away. So if you could bring Wendy back up for me, I would appreciate it. But Michaeline, here we go. Sorry, I got a little preachy on that one, but that's what was coming down and what I was actually downloading. Okay. So here we go. Let's figure this out. Man, these cards are sticking together tonight. The 10 of Cups. Wendy, Michaeline, listen to me. We've got to remember the search for joy, the search for happiness has to come from here. And here's the thing. I would ask you, wow, this hit hard. Everybody pay attention. Are you afraid? Can you be afraid of success? All right. Or that you're putting so much love out there and emotion into this before you even start that you're afraid if you fail, it's going to hurt dearly. This is that, remember, we're looking inside the shadow part of the 10 of Cups. You know what? We have the Empress. What better card to go with that? The 3. All right. You have to create your joy, your happiness. This creation is going to begin with you. And it might be that you are waiting on somebody to help you or guidance, or you keep looking for a thing. I dated a woman one time. Okay. Everything was, God, give me a sign. God, give me a sign. I'm like, Jesus Christ, he's giving you 43 signs. Okay. You got up today. The sun was shining. If a dolphin jumped, oh, there is a sign. If a dolphin didn't jump, oh, there is a sign. It was freaking, after a while, toodles, bye. It was just too much. You're just looking for somebody to give you a magic answer. And we tend to do this. The Empress is here to remind you, find that creativity within yourself. Find the way to build this and to move along. And you are going to have to take care of this. This is something you've got to relook at your internal mechanism about creating the life you have around you. We have the 7 of Cups, making decisions. This is about making a decision to move. There's that 7, okay? This is about saying, okay, I'm going to try this. Once you do, you own it, you stick to it, and then you move on. That's where the 8 of Cups comes from. 7, got all our choices. The 8 makes his choice, and he moves on regardless of everything that's going on. The 7 of Cups is saying you have choices. Are you even seeing them all? Okay? See your choices, know your choices, realize that within you, these choices can be manifested and you can make things great, but it's got to begin in you. Okay? That's what I'm getting. All right? Let me know. All right? What happened, how that spoke, and we will go from there. All right? So Love it. All right. Gillian, Wendy's thing went away again. Okay. I don't know what's going on. There it is. Thank you. All right. Wendy, I'm going to make sure you get your reading. And so I'm starting over again with my autistic daughter. God love you. You are one of the parents, the strongest parents on the planet. There are times I firmly feel that 9 times out of 10 autistic children are born to the strongest parents, those that can handle it because they need that. So God love you. My heart goes out with you, and everything else. Just know there are people that see you as a domineering force and that you are a good, solid mother. Starting over again with my autistic daughter, and she and I are looking for a new home. All right. Good for you. Where do you see us going now in life? What do you see around me and my new beginning? All right. You said it in your new beginning. Don't drag the past around. Wow. This hit me heavy. Wendy, this is very, very heavy. Happiness, joy is your search, and you've got it if you're in peace. Okay? Be at peace with it. Move on. Look at this like what the world's bringing you. Now, in manifesting something, one of the key things that people mistake with manifesting, everything is futuresque. Okay? Oh, I'm going to be in a house that is the white picket fence, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Not when you think and you start manifesting, say things like it's already coming. Man, I've already put a down payment. The house is right around the corner. This is what I want. This is what I want to see. What do you want in your life? What do you want to bring? But they'll see it and think about it as if it's already been set into motion and it's happening. That's one of the things. Plus, it will keep you up. Things are hard, and that's what happens. But here we go. So let's find out. Wendy Berry, 75. Everybody, if you would, just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share. I appreciate it. It means the world to me, and it really helps. Okay. And tonight it's just Coke, I promise. I didn't have coffee. All right. So here we go. Wendy wants to know, all right, what's coming, what you can look for. And this is about centering on yourself. That's what we're doing here tonight. Okay. So, boom, boom. 6 of Swords. Wow. Things didn't work. Okay. New horizon. Make your move towards it. This just is the exclamation point on everything that I just told you. Happiness is ahead. 6 of Swords. Okay. It's a new horizon. It's something new. You're going to find and discover some new things and have fun on the journey. We don't know everything we're going to run into when we get there. Okay. But for you, it's okay. We put some bad things behind us. I got my eyes on a new horizon, and I'm going to release this and let my mind go into a new place, a new way to find some things, and a new way to look for happiness. You know, what we've got here is the Hermit. Don't worry about other people right now. It's you and your daughter. You do what's best for you and your daughter. You keep that internal look of where you're going, what you're doing. And yes, it's hard to always be up for your children. Okay? Your daughter needs that security right now. All right? You'll be able to take a break. All right? If you ever need somebody to talk to, tarotwithanatitude@gmail.com. Let me know, because we need that. One of the things we're going to do before I let you go is we're going to say a prayer of uplifting. We're going to bring energy and angels and guides to your side right here tonight. So get prepped to see it and hear it. But the Hermit is about following your path, not somebody else's. All right? It's time to live for you and this little girl for a while. Okay? Now then, 3 of Pentacles. People are going to be there. They're going to help you. You're going to meet some new people along the way that you're going to help. They're going to help you. And it's about making new bonds, new friendships, things of this nature. It's going to be open, these things that come up, but you have to be open to it. When we look at the shadow part of us inside, sometimes we're I just went through this. I don't want to get involved. You know what? Not everybody's looking for that type of relationship. There are going to be friends. There are going to be people that are coming of all ages, of all shapes, all sizes. And you know what? You will be able to find people along this path that are going to help you and shine it. You have to be open to letting other people in. And remember I said, follow your own path. Okay. To follow your own path is when you will get to where people can help you and you won't miss these people. Okay. But it doesn't mean when you're with this group that you have to do everything they tell you to do. All right. Learn this on the inside that you still need to follow your path. Everybody. All right. Gillian, take that down for me again. And here's what we're going to do. Tribe. This is a new tribe member that's having problems. She's facing some hurdles. I want us all to just stop for a minute. Start pulling that energy in. Pull it into ourselves. As above, the God energy, the mother, the angels, the healing energy from above, the growing, the depth, that solid, grounded energy from below, and start letting them all merge into us. Wendy, close your eyes. Dear Heavenly Father, we're asking you right now, send the angels to Wendy, wrap their wings around her and let her know she has protection. She is going to be guided on this path and things will help her. She will find out. Let her know that people have her back. We are supporting her. I want you to send this healing energy so she can see what decisions to make and how to come away clearly. Wow, Wendy, we're going to send you energy now. We're going to send all this energy that we've been building up, okay? Everything. And we're going to say, angels, come right now. Here's the energy. So mote it be. You will feel something wash. You might feel warm. You might feel tingly. You might get goosebumps. You might even feel a breeze on your neck. But you're being surrounded by God's love, the mother's love. Remember, created in our image, okay? That feminine part of God. God isn't one thing, okay? Not in my book, all right? He has a masculine and then there's a feminine. That part of him that protects, the part of him that gets angry, but then there's that part that loves and cares and nourishes. These are what's coming to you. So mote it be. Wow. Okay. I hope that helps. Wendy, let us know, okay? And we will go from there. More prayer, more uplifting, things like that. All right? All right, who we got here? Johanna, I don't want to mess up your name. Johanna Lula. That's what I think. Johanna Lula. Hi. What is holding me back in my life right now that I might not realize? That's a great question. That's a great question. One of the things I'm getting right now is slowing down. All right. Being ever present, ever mindful. All right. Got too many things going in your head at one time. So we're going to take a look at this. I'm going to do a shuffle. Love the name, Johanna Lula. And let's find out. All right. Johanna Lula wants to know what's holding them back. There's something sticking in my throat, and I'm trying to figure out, is it communication? Is this what? That's one back in my life right now that I might not realize. Here we go. All right, let's see what happens. Okay. Johanna Lula. Here we go. All right. So, Johanna, the first card out of the deck for you is that 3 of Pentacles. It's realizing, are you bound to other people? Is there something you've tied yourself to in the Three of Pentacles that somebody might be leading you astray, or you're afraid to get out and meet people? This is what's going on. There's some reason this is the root in this card right now. The Three of Pentacles, it's about other people being in your life. Are you keeping them at bay? Are you being too shy? Are you not interacting with these people? Or have somebody hurt you where now you're afraid to go out and meet people and to understand what's going on? This very thing right now is that you need people. These people need you. All right. Life is meant to be lived with other people. And this is going to be something to take a look at. We need to take a look and find out what's coming with it. Because what I've got here, look here, the Empress again. The Empress is here. And for you, when we look at this, what am I holding back? What I might not realize? Do you realize? Wow. Thank you, Spirit. All right. You might be a gift to other people. Other people need your insight. What I'm seeing here is to understand you can stand out. You don't have to follow the crowd. You can stand up and see and create and be something beautiful. I don't think you see your power. I don't think you see what you can create. That's one of those two things going together right there. Then we have the Nine of Wands. All right. The Nine of Wands. Nines are about manifesting, bringing things to life or whatnot. But that Nine of Wands, all right, you're feeling tired. You're feeling beat up. And sometimes when we get beat up, this message is going out for not just Johanna Lula. This message, I have just been told, there's somebody out there that needs to listen to this. Okay? That Nine of Wands, all right, is very powerful in that don't give up. Don't quit. You feel like you've had the crap beat out of you, and you might have, all right? But it's that ability to get up and fight and to move on and to say, I got to start again. You knocked off the horse, you got to get back on. And some of this hurts more emotionally than getting knocked off a horse. Here's what I'm getting for you, okay? You have to remember that the Three of Pentacles, life is out there. You do have to get out there, and that you have spirits and angels that are supporting you and want to get behind you, and people need you outside. You have to swallow that you're needed. Your presence is wanted and needed. You can create things. You can help solve problems. You can see things that other people haven't, but you don't trust yourself yet. Then when you add the fact that you've walked a very hard journey, a very hard life, now you're afraid to move forward. Okay? It's okay. Don't look for everybody to agree with you. They're not. And let me tell you something. When I found my new life within myself was when I went, their opinion doesn't really care and matter, even when it was my own father. Okay? It's something, I love you, I do everything in the world, but you're my dad, you're not God. Okay? You're not right. And sometimes you're a bully. All right? And that's where we're at here with you. Realize you have a fire within you, and it's time to move forward, to stand back up and say, I'm lighting the fire under my own ass, and I'm moving forward. Okay? I have something valuable and wonderful to bring to the world. We have all of this fire on this rough, bouncy water, which talks about the emotional drag and everything that you've been through. Guess what? Time to put it behind you and to not let fear or let your lack of self-esteem keep you from charging out there. All right? Wow. Bangarang. Okay. That's what I got there. All right, Juliana, good to see you tonight. Glad you are here. Let's see what's going on. All right. Get these cards back in shape. find out what's happening and see what's going on. Miss Juliana. Hey, Rev Rob, I wish Spirit's advice on how to be fine, feeling happiness, and being in a light energy. I've done too much shadow work, and now I don't feel comfortable in the light aspect of life. Thank you for bringing up a massive point. You notice how I don't do shadow work a lot when we focus on shadow, okay? One of the reasons is we can start getting hooked into the shadow and look at what's wrong. How come this didn't happen? What's this? What is it? Like I said, what's this a sign of? And when a lot of times it's just because we won't get off our ass and change our life. All right. Get outside, let it go. You are on the right track. I love the way you put that. And people need to realize that statement in and of itself. Sometimes we're so used to something being wrong, we make something wrong. Okay. And that's one of the things of, well, I don't know, I'm scared. And we start looking at the dark side too much that we forget the sun's out there. We look at the moon and everybody's fascinated with the moon. Moon doesn't have 1 ounce of light to it. It's bouncing off the light of the sun. That thing that shines bright and says, I'm out here. I'm on fire. I'm going to set your world on fire, give you beautiful days and nights, things like this. You know what? That's where I'm feeling for you right now in the light aspect. If you're not feeling comfortable in the light, you may be looking, and it's all of a sudden, shadow work is a big, huge thing. Everybody, we got to go to work in the shadow. You know what? Let somebody work in the shadow with you. Social work, masters in social work, okay, that knows how to do it and mixes, because too many people claim they're a shadow worker, all right, but they don't understand the human psyche, and they don't understand, and because they like the shadow work, and a lot of times you get to blame something back on you, okay, we forget to show people, open the door, okay? You don't have to stay here. Yes, there are times we have to look inside. And shadow work's not always dark and mysterious, all right? Shadow work is knowing what's going on inside. We take a look in first, and then we look at other people. Then we look at our surroundings. But yes, that's all. That's it. And then get out and get away from it. I would recommend going out, go to a concert, go be around people. All right. Sometimes I know that can be hard, but Juliana, this is one of those things where, yes, you need to move yourself. Okay. Because it does become a very hard place to stay in the dark. So let's see what we've got here. Look here. Wow. Thanks, Spirit. Could you put more of a finer point on it than that? Okay. The moon. Where are you staring at? What are you focusing? You become so focused on the dark side, all right, that's what's going on. And now that's all you know. All right. It's time to break that habit. All right. This is going to be something, use your intuition. And your gut is already telling you through the aspect of the moon that, you know what, it's enough of the dark. You got to get out in the light. Okay. So your intuition is already telling you this, and you know something's wrong. Okay. And sometimes getting out of the house, getting off the sofa, doing things with other people is hard. Go bowling. Go do something where other people are. Okay. We've got here, look, wow. Ace of Cups. Within yourself, it's time for you to refill your happiness and your joy. Your cup is empty, all right? Because everything's so dark and we're afraid to drink from it because we feel like, well, we've been in the poison so much, okay? This Ace of Cups is here to say, you have to refill your cup of life, love, this power, this moment, this energy. It's on you. Do what you need to do. Spirit is ready to help you do it. And then finally, 6 of Cups. Got to remember the good stuff. This is memories. This is about not staying in the dark. It's about understanding. Wait a minute. There were parties I was at, things I did. We were laughing, joking. Where has all that gone? Okay. You have to remember. It's up to you to fill your cup. It's up to you to make the choice and to remember what it's like to be happy again. And that seems so hard sometimes. Okay. And that's what's going on. Okay. That's what I have for you right here tonight. And again, thank you to everybody. If Gillian, you can go ahead and take that down. If you want more, tarotandnatitude.com. There you can book a session with me there. Down below in the description below, you can actually find my link tree, things like that. There are things my wife and I can help you with manifesting, with crystal healing, things like this. If you need to poke into the dark side, we want to poke in the dark side, but you don't need to stay there. If somebody keeps you there, if you go for a reading and when you leave, they've left you in the dark, run, run, run. You don't open a wound without closing it. Just that simple. Okay? Help you find the answer. This is that time to find that out, find that joy, find that magic, and go. I would love to help people. Let me know what's going on, and I will be glad to do that. All right? So, bangarang, Mr. Bruce, bangarang. Hey, Mr. Bruce, did it come through? Did he ever answer? I had a question for you. Okay? While we are here, and Miss Cynthia is here, Bruce, the Farragut, Star Trek, what role did that ship play? Because we had somebody tonight that had a vision of Admiral Farragut, okay? And for some reason, Spirit slapped me right in the head, okay, and said, wait a minute, there was a Farragut. If you remember, and now Mr. Bruce, he is a Star Trekkie, Trekkie, and let's see what's happening here. So Farragut was Kirk's first command. Okay. Kirk's first command. There you go. So see, we're on a ship, all right? And the Farragut was destroyed, was it not? If I remember right. Okay. I'm not the Trekkie he is. I love Star Trek. And I'd much prefer Star Trek over Star Wars. But this is one of those things. So remember I told you it was about moving? He became a captain. He had to take his first ship. And if I remember right in the story, the first ship actually got destroyed or something like that. I'm not real sure. But that would go right in with what I was telling you about and things like that, Miss Cynthia, But that's what's going on, things like that. So I'm glad, and Wendy, you're welcome. And Donna is right. You made the hardest step. Just keep looking forward and going. That's hard. When you ever remember we're here every Monday night, okay, 7:30. Normally, I'm with Miss Bridget on Wednesday night at 7:30. So we don't know yet if we're doing that or not, but Friday, and we're going to simulcast it. It'll be on both channels, all right? We are doing Tipsy Tarot. So be aware, Friday night, 7:30, we'll be posting it shortly. Bridget and I are not going to be able to be together at that time. Gillian and her both have to work late, and the distance keeps us from having to rush over there and making sure we're all on time and everything else. But Tipsy Tarot, Friday night, 7:30, it's going to be a hoot. Don't miss it, okay? All right, everybody. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for what you do, for what you bring. Elena, good to see you. Glad to see you are here, okay? Wow. So much fun. We had a lot of time, a lot of people coming in. This is great, and I just genuinely appreciate everybody being here and doing what they do. Remember, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and share. Most of all, with all that being said, take what you want, leave what you don't, but leave having experienced some peace, love, and light. Banger.